Good morning. Today I thought I would let you know a little bit about the process behind me getting into this consignment store that I'm about to send this big box of goodies down to. So I think I'm going to start with letting you know kind of a bit of the process up until this point. I did plan on filming that process, but that didn't happen. So I'm just going to update you verbally, and then we can go through this big box of stuff and I'll show you what I'm sending down, so that in future videos I can let you know how it's going and you will be able to see what products I'm talking about when I tell you what has sold. Hopefully things are selling. So I hope that sounds good. Grab a project, grab a cup of tea or something, and let's get into it. I will also apologize because there are little baby hiccups happening in the background, but she is happy. Just having a little hiccup. She does it all the time. So don't stress about it. If you hear it, that's what it is. All right, let's crack on. So the first thing is obviously trying to find a place to get into, to have a shelf at or whatever it may be. I found it really hard to find a place that valued handmade and was an ethical space that was a reasonable price and was kind of close to home. This one that I ended up in isn't that close to home. It's an hour and 45-minute drive, which is why I'm shipping things down as opposed to obviously going in physically, because especially with a baby, I can't make that drive there and back in a day to do that. But that's all right. It is this lovely little kind of touristy town, and it's you okay? And the shop is on the main strip. And it's just a beautiful place. We have been there many, many times, and I have a lot of friends who have visited there and things like that. So it's a well-known place in New South Wales. So I'm excited to be in there. And from looking at their Instagram and things, they really do a good job of showcasing the products that are in their store and sharing the love between all of the different makers who are in there. So very excited. First step was finding it. Then I had to send in an EOI. They came back and said they would love to have me in the store, but wanted a little bit more information on all the different products and things like that I'd be offering. Sent that back, got a contract. So I've now signed the contract. The other big thing I had to do was finding product insurance. It's really easy to get public liability insurance in Australia. A lot harder to get product insurance, especially for crochet items and toys. So I had to sort that out, and I'm going to say a massive thank you at this point to Jenny from In My Spare Time Crochet, who not only helped me with finding the place to get insurance, but also helped me with the tags, because every item that I send down has to be tagged individually. So I've spent a little bit of time in the last week doing that. I knew that I would need time to do that and to get my products together, and a little bit of extra time to crochet, kind of to fill some gaps, let's say. So I did say that I would start selling in there on the 15th of June, and my aim is to have everything sent to them by the 13th of June, which is the end of next week at the time of filming. So I'll show you the tags that I got. I got 2 different tags, and this again, thank you Jenny for sending me yours as a starting point. I really appreciated that. So these ones are little hang tags. So they have my business name on them, information, item, price, SKU, and then a little QR code to go to my website. And then on the back of them, there are care instructions and just a warning about plastic safety eyes. So these ones I'm going to put on anything that has plastic safety eyes, regardless of the size of them. But a lot of the things that I make that have safety eyes on them are smaller, so it made sense to get the smaller tags for them. And then if I can open this box, I also got a larger version of them, which again has the same information, has a little bit more about where I'm from, and then on the back of them again is care instructions and a link or QR code over to my website. So I'm really happy with them, and the printing was really, really quick, thankfully, because I needed to kind of get myself sorted pretty quickly. I just made those in Canva, and again, had the help of Jenny, so I wasn't starting from zero, which would have been really overwhelming with everything else that I'm starting doing at the moment, but that's fine. Thankfully, got a very good community behind me. I have a spot on there for SKU, even though this place, you just give them 8 categories of things that you're selling, and they just kind of input whatever price the tag says under that category. So I'm not quite sure how the sales reports are going to be, how they're going to or if they're going to tell me what in those categories sold, or if I'm just going to have to try and kind of figure it out. We'll see. At least we'll have this record of what I'm sending down. I have also made a spreadsheet that has like all of the items that I'm sending down, as well as what price I've put them at, what category I've put them in, and then what the price is minus the consignment store's fee, because they basically just take a 16% commission out of what you sell, which makes sense. Like, they're paying rent, they're paying staff, those staff are helping sell your items, they're doing social media with your items. So I think I think that's a very fair price for them to be charging. I have, because of that, priced the items that I'm sending down like a little bit higher, not the whole 16%, but just like, you know, adding a few dollars here and there where it's still a reasonable price for the thing that I'm selling, so that I can try and recoup some of that cost. Because I mean, if you're watching this and you're a crocheter, you know that we work on like pretty tight margins for our time. So I didn't want to like lose too much of that in fees. But anyway, that has been the process so far. I also just got those things printed at like Vistaprint, and I also got business cards, because you can send down like a stack of business cards for them to give people if they ask about it. So I just redid my business cards to make them a little bit cleaner. And I have one QR code to my website and another QR code to my YouTube. So if you happen to be watching this and have found me via my business card in the future, welcome. Now let's get into the fun stuff, which is everything that I have in this big box, which I'm going to be sending down there this week. Can't wait to unpack it and then have to repack it all. I will be honest, my dad kind of packed this, so I don't know that it's going to be the most efficiently packed anyway. And this way we can put all the items together, because I think I've made some extra items that are going to be like not with the other bags, for example. So right off the bat, I do have 2 of these like tote bags, which I am, at the time this comes out, I will have this on my website for free, just like a free blog post pattern. I don't know what I'm saying, but you know what I'm trying to say. The link will be down in the description below. So I have 2 of them in these 2 colors. This is Key Lime Pie from Lily Sugar and Cream, and this one is, I think, Ahoy is the colorway, but it's pretty cute. It's like giving beach bag, tote bag vibes. Then I also have this market bag, which is in the Fall Lily Sugar and Cream colorway. And in the same colorway, I have this water bottle sling. This is also a free pattern on my blog already. This one is the Stephanie Z market bag that so many people here on YouTube are making. This is something that I made last week in my vlog, probably not last week's vlog, because at this point it's going to be a few weeks ago, but in my last video that came out, I made this hoodie bear, so he's there as well. And I just have an extra little tag on him letting them know that the hood comes down, which Case and Crochet, Shannon, suggested that I do, because she said that at her markets, every time she kind of tells people, oh, by the way, the hood comes down, it's like a real like plus for them buying it. So I thought, I'm not going to be there to do it, so I'll put a little note on the tag. So that's what I've done. Then I have one of these loaf kittens. I'm gonna have to move the tags for all of these. One of these loaf kittens. I'm not gonna go through all my pricing for these because I don't want to put them up on the screen, and I'm in Australia, so the pricing is always like sounds really expensive if you're watching from the US, but it's not, I promise. You gotta convert, you know? You gotta convert. All right, I also have this, which is a cookie. It's a free pattern from Leah at Koozie Crafts on her Instagram, and it is the Carla the cookie. I think I have another one of these. I do. So I have 2 of them. These go really well at my markets. Like every time I have them out, they sell really quickly. So hopefully that'll happen. I also have a mini version of one of those kittens. These are something that if I do have any time, I would like to make more in different colors just to send down. Again, they sell so well at markets that I feel like I should have some in this shop, you know? Now, if you have been here for the long haul, you will remember these from the cat market that I did so long ago. They are the cat coasters. We made so many of them and like barely any of them sold. So I have heaps. I'm going to do them in sets of 4. So I have 3 sets of 4. That doesn't seem right. 5 sets of 4 that I'm going to send down. I have priced them relatively low just to try and get them to sell, to be honest, because I don't want to have them anymore. I'm sick of looking at them. It's been like nearly a year. I also have a set of 3 of these daisy coasters, which are in 3 different colors. So those are fun to make, and I would like to make more. However, the yarn that I used for these, they've kind of discontinued the plain color version of them, so I would need to find some kind of replacement for them, which wouldn't be the end of the world. They're fun to make though, so we'll see if they sell before I get into that. Then I also have another hoodie bear. This is the standing version. The strawberry one was the sitting version, which I think any more that I make, I am going to make the sitting version. They're just like easier to sit on shelves, easier to like play with, I think, because this, like, you can't stand it anywhere. He's got to like lie down or be held, but very cute with a little ducky. I then have 3 of these Nigel the Frog. This is a pattern by Restitches and it's so cute. It's such a fun pattern, really love it. And they always get compliments at my markets and have like sold plenty of them in the past. So I'm excited to see how they go at this. I think they're just like a little bit funky and silly looking, a little bit different. Hopefully they go well. And I figured if I have 3 different colors, like, you know, people can choose their favorite shade of green. A few more non-plushy items. I do have 3 kind of book sleeves / Kindle sleeves. So I have 2 Kindle sleeves. This is the Meadow book sleeve pattern by LTK Cuties. There is a free version here on YouTube. There is also a paid PDF version of it. And then I did one in a bigger size for like a small paperback and just in this yellow color. I would love to make more of these. I had applied for like a book fair event later this year, but I didn't get in. So, which is fine, like whatever, it happens. But I had started making a few, like just in case I got in, I didn't want to have to rush. But since I didn't, I'm going to send these down to the consignment store and I'm very happy to have somewhere to send them. The people who I've been like talking to at the store as well said that their children's section is going really well at the moment. So that's why I am sending a lot of plushies down. But I also wanted to send some just like homeware-y type things for the other people who might be browsing at the shops, because I feel like potentially it maybe skews older, the people who like live and visit that area. I don't know, that might just be in my head, but I'm glad that I've got kind of a variety of things, and my little boss agrees with me, babbling in the background there. And speaking of things that aren't plushies, I am going to try and sell my bandanas down there. These have like not traditionally gone very well at markets here. I don't know what it is. I think in the US bandanas sell really well, but for some reason the Australian market not as into them, which is fine. Like, I'm just gonna send them and see what happens. This place is close enough that at some point, if stuff really isn't moving, I could probably like do a trip down there a bit later on and pick things up, or send them like a postage label so that they can send things back to me that just aren't moving in store and I can replace them with something else. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but you never know, you know? And in a similar vein, I also have these 2 beanies that I'm sending down. I think these are really like funky and fun. Also, it is winter here, so potentially it is the right season for these at last. And I have never done a market in the season that these are actually like appropriate to be wearing. So I've never sold any at markets. I have sold a couple on my website. Hopefully they go well in the store. This is just from my like no bunch beanie pattern, which is a free YouTube tutorial. So if you're looking for a good quick beanie pattern to make, I will suggest that. And all of the patterns that will be in the description. If I forget any though, please let me know, because I'm going through these pretty quickly and my editing time is severely reduced at the moment, which I'm sure you can guess why. Okay, moving on. My little strawberry bat, I am sending this down. This is not going to be a cheap make, so I don't know how it will go. I don't know how it will sell, but it's been very well received. Everyone says it's very cute. So we'll see, you never know. Someone might fall in love with it and it's worth a shot, you know? This is the Marceline the Mega Bat pattern from Flying Fox Crochet. I tested this pattern for her and love it. It's really fun, completely no-sew, highly recommend. I am also sending down 2 of my blob cats. Yep, that's that. I had a few more of them, but I figured I would start with just sending a couple down, see how they go. If they go well, I can send more. Haven't at the moment got any of the blob bunnies to send down, but you know, I don't know, maybe it's not the season for bunnies, although everyone loves rabbits all the time, I think. But all right, someone's getting a little restless, so I'm going to try and power through the rest of these. These ones I wasn't sure about sending these down. I think they're so cute, but I just was like, I don't know if they're cute to people who aren't yarn people. But my mum saw them and was like, oh my God, I love them so much. They are adorable. And it is these 2 scrappy bears. If you remember, I have a video, a like scrap bingo video where we made one of these, and then I loved the pattern so much I made a second one. The pattern again is a free one here on YouTube from Crochet with Kelsey. Beautiful pattern. I absolutely love it. I want to make more of them, but I haven't so far. I'm excited to see how these do. Like I was going through all the products with my mum and I was like, you know what, this is like a good barometer of if these things are actually cute or if they're just like, I don't know, something that people who like crochet and like yarn enjoy. Like I feel like a plus of these patterns for people who are in the community are like, oh, they're a really cute way to use up your scraps and have a cute outcome. I didn't know if like someone looking at this who doesn't have scrap yarn or know what scrap yarn is would be like, why is it all those weird colors? But my mom was like, that is so cute. I love it. So we'll see if she's right. I also have my mini anchor, the octopus. I am not sending a big one down, but I will send this small one down, see how it goes. It is like, you know, a bit of a darker color. I don't know. There might be some octopus lovers down there. You never know. You never know. So that's going down. Look at this pile that we're getting, my goodness. Since we're on the octopus train, I am also sending these 2 drifts down. These are ones that I kind of was thinking I might make more and send them down. I haven't so far. You never know. You never know what will happen in the next few days, you know? So those are going down. I just have one of this Highland cow. This is from Crochet by Jenna's No So Amigurumi book. It is the only thing I've made from that book so far. I really need to start making some other things, but it's cute. I think I called it a Highland cow. It's not a Highland cow, just a normal cow. But sending this one down, we'll see how that one goes. I feel like I've said we'll see how that one goes about so many things. I'm very sorry for the repetition. Whatever. I'm working on reduced brain capacity, you guys. And then, of course, I'm sending down chickens. I'm sending 5 of these down. I have 2 of this kind of black, white, and gray mix just because I had made so many of them. I've actually got like 5 or something, but I'm just going to send 2 down to start. I'm hoping these go well. This is like kind of an inland place, so I am wondering if the like kind of farm animals will go well there. One way to find out, send them down, see what sticks. And these are always popular at markets again. So there's part of me that's testing if things that go well at markets will also go well at this consignment store. But I'm trying more like higher value items because I feel like there's something about it being from a store with like staff who are helping sell it that I think people will be happy to pay the higher prices for the bigger items. I don't know, I could get proven wrong, that's fine. Taking a break from plushies just for a second, and this is what I meant by the bag got packed by someone else, so things aren't all together. I do have 2 more of these market bags in, I don't know the colorways of this one. This is a Lily Sugar and Cream, and this one is Bango's Blend in Atmosphere, so it's like a little bit more color blocky, which I really like. That's them, don't have anything else to say about those. And I also have this one more bag, this granny stitch kind of bag, which is a much bigger size than the others. I have just priced all the bags the same because I feel like bags are one of those things where people will see the price and be like, oh, that's pretty expensive for a bag. But the reality is it's probably undercharging for the time it takes because I think they take a deceptively long time, especially the handles. Every time I'm making a bag, I'm like, oh, I'm pretty much done. And then I have the handles and I'm like, oh God, I actually have so much more time to spend on this. So I feel like it's kind of hard to get a price that makes it worth making them, but also people are willing to pay. I do really like making them though, so I'm kind of fine with undercharging a little bit if it means I have an excuse to make more of them as like a bit of a mindless project. Okay, everything else left in the box is amigurumi and we're getting close to the end, so you know, we're getting there. Next is these Nooks Hooks Dragons. I have 3 of them. You will have seen some of them in previous videos, I think, but that's this one. I have this kind of blue with blue accent. I had started this in my last video and I did finish it. And this is the first one I made, which is a bit like Spyro inspired, which I've obviously not put on the tag. I've just, you know, if people get it, they'll get it. Then those ones are like a little expensive because they take a bit of time to make. So for the dragon lovers who don't have as big a budget, I have these little hatching dragons. I don't have the eggs for them because the eggs take ages and I don't know how much they add. So I've just made the dragons from them and we'll see how those go. Those are like half the price or something because they're way quicker. So different budget options is what I've tried to go with here, like different styles, different budget options, different colors. See what sticks. We're getting near the end. I have this Wilder Fox, which I absolutely love making these. I want to make more of them, but again, don't want to make a stack of things and then not have anywhere to sell them. They don't go great at markets because they are slightly higher priced for me. You know, that might just be the markets that I've been to. I'll see how it goes in the store, but Yeah, they're so cute. This is the Oak and Marlow, right? I just had a moment. Yes, I'm pretty sure these are also Oak and Marlow. And then I have this little chicken, which is baby safe because it has embroidered eyes. There are a few things here that are embroidered eyes just to, you know, make sure there are some options that they can give people who are looking for like younger children. This one I'm pretty sure is a Madeleine Mayco pattern. So yeah, that was fun to make. Happy that I have somewhere to send it now. I completely forget who this next pattern is by, but I will look it up and put it on the screen. But it is my dragon snuggler. I made this a while ago. It was in one of my videos. Very long tail, very, very cute. Not baby safe, which was silly of me, but oh well. I'm sure there'll be someone over 3 who also likes dragons, but it is an unstuffed body, stuffed head, snuggler style dragon. I think he's cute. I think he's like kind of typical dragon colors. Oh my gosh, this pile is very precarious now. Finally, I have 3 patterns by Crochet by Beck. I have her free Frida the Duckling pattern. This is free on her Instagram. That one I've done with embroidered eyes, so it is baby safe. Then I have the 2 patterns that I tested for her the other week. So there's like a mini Pancake the Pig and a mini little cow. And those ones, again, both snugglers. This one I've done with baby safe eyes. This one has safety eyes in it. And that is everything that I have in this bag. Oh, that is a lie. Please hold. I forgot I put a bag of things in front of me. I also have some keychains because I wanted to send down, again, something like even in that kind of cheaper price point again. So I have my little fruit blobs. The watermelon is a free pattern here on YouTube, and there is a pretty cheap PDF available on my website to get all of the different color changes for a bunch of different fruits. I think there's like 9 of them maybe. So I'm going to send those down. They're like a really good kind of cheaper item that people can potentially buy. I also have 2 of my mini flockers. These are also keychains, and I want to make more of these because I think it would be nice to have like quite an array of different birds, but I got distracted by a different bird pattern, which I will show you shortly. And the final keychain in the lot is just the only one I have left over of these cats from my cat market. I just am going to send it down anyway, even though there's only one of them. It might look a little bit out of place, but whatever. All right, I have one more group of things to show you that are all from the same pattern, and then we will be done. Sorry, I just had to sort myself out grabbing them. So if you follow me on Instagram, you will have definitely seen these because I've become kind of obsessed with making them. They are really fun to make. So this is the first one I made, and it's just like a little kind of duck, goose, whatever you want to call it. And then I made a mallard to go with him. And then I wanted to do a pigeon, and I think he is really, really cute in it with those color changes. Then I thought I would do ones with head feathers on them, so I also made a chicken and a cockatoo. I wrote this pattern because I have been making a lot of like the circular birds, and I love those. They're so cute, but I feel like I'm at a point now where I was like, if there's other crocheters that end up going into this store, they are more than likely going to have those kind of circular birds, and I want something a little bit different for the bird lovers that are still, I think, really, really cute. So I quickly kind of wrote this pattern. I have had a look and I couldn't find any patterns where they had like longer heads and a whole different variety of birds that you could make. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just write my own. So that is what I did. I am hoping to like put this pattern out for testing and like see what the appetite is for it. So if you do think this is cute and you like it, please let me know and encourage me to do that, because I don't know that I will get to it otherwise, or I guess I don't really want to spend heaps of time on it if people aren't going to like it, but I really like them. Editing Mel dropping in here to say that I did put out that testicle, and it was by far the most responses to a testicle I've ever had. So past me should stop doubting herself, and hopefully this pattern will be out next week if I can get this edited in time, which it's looking like I will. It should be up by the 22nd of June, maybe the 19th of June, depending on how we go, but I will update the description with the link once it is live, so keep an eye out there. Or you can keep an eye out on my Instagram as well, because I will obviously announce it there when it goes up, ready for sale. All right, bye. I need to tag these still, so that's why they weren't in the box and I just had to go and grab them and sort myself out. But I will probably make even more of these, to be honest, because I'm loving the pattern and I think it would be nice to have like a full kind of area of the shelving that has them. I don't know if I've sent down way too much. That is now everything. Oh, Someone had a little cough. That is now everything that I've got. So I'm going to repack this box and see if it all fits back in, because I think I had it pretty well packed. Still need to tag those little birds as well, so I will do that shortly. And yeah, I'm going to be sending them down next week. I might make some more things, but I kind of don't think I'll be able to fit anything else in this box, to be honest. So the thing about the spreadsheet that I made, I did want to make sure that like the value of stuff I was sending down was worth me shipping it down and having stuff in store. Like there would have been no point in me sending a whole bunch of really low priced items that if they all sold, I'm only just kind of breaking even. I feel like that's maybe the mistake sometimes with these consignment stores. So hopefully that works out for me. All right. I am not going to sign off yet, because if I'm doing other things for the consignment store in the next few days, I will take you with me for that. The little one doesn't want to say bye to you yet, obviously. So I'm going to repack this. I will see you in the next clip when I'm doing something else to do with these. Maybe I'll take you on my tagging journey of these little birds, and we'll see where we get to with making more keychains and things, because those I will be able to fit in, and I would really like more variety of them. So going through this box has been helpful actually, so that I know what I want to do. All right, see you soon. Okay, hopefully you will have just seen that I have tagged my birds, which was the last things I needed to tag. There is a pigeon somewhere that I couldn't find that I need to tag, so I wrote the tag for it, and when I find it, I'll add it. I want to send these things off tomorrow. I've kind of been like caught out because it was a long weekend, which I know I'm on leave, but Kieran was home, so it kind of threw off my thinking, and I was thinking today was Monday and I still had a couple of days before I needed to send the box off, but I actually have to send it off tomorrow, and it's way cheaper to send it with the courier that I use for the yarn shop. So he usually comes in the morning, so if I was sending it via Australia Post or something, I could have dropped it off in the afternoon and had a bit more time, but unfortunately we don't have time. And I have it's been a big day with the boss. So I have not done as much as I wanted to do, and I haven't been able to make as many extra things as I wanted to throw in. But what I do want to make is just a few more of those mini bird keychains, because I just want a bit of a better variety of them to send down. So while you're here, I'm going to show you something else exciting that happened this week, which is that we got new colors in of Paddy's plush. And they're not available in the shop yet, but they will be once I can get photos done of them. But that is not my priority. My priority is getting this stuff down to the consignment store. But I will show it to you now. The lighting is not the best, so I'll also kind of try and describe the color. And I'm also going to show you this because I'm going to use one in the birds that I'm going to make. So this is like a light pink. It's going to be called Flamingo, and I'm going to use it to make a little galah, like flocker keychain to send down. It is unfortunate that we already have one called Galah, because I actually think the colors of this and our current Galah, if I had swapped the names of them, probably would have been better. And I know a flamingo is not an Australian animal, which all of the others I've tried to make Australian animals, but there's only so many pink animals. Someone's waking up. There's only so many pink animals in Australia. So unfortunately, we're going with flamingo. Then I also have this kind of pastel green. This one is going to be called Crocodile. Very excited for that. We also have this kind of peach color, which is going to be called Prawn. And the last new color is this like beautiful kind of, I don't know, it's like a mid blue. I don't really know how to describe it, but it's like kind of the perfect color for whales, and if you've seen those like mini whales, I feel like this is the color that most people make them in, and I'm really glad that we've got this one because it's really good for kind of sea creatures, and I am going to be calling it dolphin. So keep an eye out for them in the store. Hopefully I'll get them up in the next like week or so. They might even be online by the time I get this video edited, who knows. I also today finally got the testicle out for those little birds that I was tagging, which I had been really wanting to do, and I just tried to make the most of like the 2 hours I've had to do anything today, other than keep a small human alive. So that has been what I've been doing. Kieran knocks off work soon, and my plan when he finishes is to go for a walk for my little mental health. And then hopefully I'll be able to make some keychains. I will come back and let you know what I managed to get done, and then we will wrap up this video because we'll be sending stuff off to the consignment store, and then all that will be left to do is see how we go once it's there. Okay, I realized that I never filmed like a wrap-up clip for this, so it has been a little while and I'm doing it now while I'm editing. As you can see, I did finish a few more of those little keychains, so I got them in the box before I shipped it down. And the box actually arrived really quickly. It arrived like the day after I sent it, which I was not expecting. I was expecting it to take like 3 days to arrive. But it did mean that I actually got my items there in time for them to stock them for the like weekend trade. Now, they did say that it was a really slow weekend because it has been horrific weather here in New South Wales. There has been so much rain, and I think they got a lot more down where the store is than we even did here in Sydney. So they said it was a bit of a slow weekend, but even with that, I have sold in the like short few days that I was there, I sold one of the beanies that went down and also an $18 small plushie. It is a bit of a shame that I don't know exactly what sold. Like, I don't know which color beanie sold, and I'm not exactly sure which of the medium plushies. I know it was an $18 one, so it could have been one of those little birds that I was working on, because that's what I priced those at. Remembering this is in Australian dollars, so very different if you're in America. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure exactly what sold, but even after they take their commission, I have at least paid for my like shelf for the week there. So, you know, I've broken even for my first week there, and it's only been 2 or 3 days of it. So I'm pretty happy with that. It'll be interesting to see how it continues to go, if what they called a slow week is the norm, or if they would have expected more things to sell. When they sent me that sales report and message, they also did send me a reminder that school holidays is starting very soon. So I think school holidays means a lot more trade for them because, like I said, they are a bit of like a tourist town. There would be a lot of holiday makers going down there for especially winter holidays. It's like a nice winter holiday spot. It will also hopefully mean like a few more kids around the area and in the store, which obviously I've got plushies there. So hopefully that will mean it goes well. I will try and keep you posted in like future videos and things like that. I may not give you like weekly reports or anything like that because I'm not really making weekly videos at the moment. I'm trying my best to get a video out kind of every fortnight, but to be honest, if I get one out every month at the moment with an 8-week-old, that's good enough for me. So that is going to wrap up this video. I'm kind of glad that I got to give you this little report. I feel like it's a nice little wrap up for the consignment store video. If you liked the video, please feel free to give it a like down below. And if you want to see more of this kind of crafty crochet behind the scenes content, I would love if you would subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. I'm currently on a year of leave, keeping a tiny baby alive, so anything to help this channel gives me a little bit of pocket money so I can keep getting patterns and yarn and making these videos and kind of keeping my sanity because it gives me something to do for myself. So if you want to contribute to that, feel free to leave a like, subscribe, and maybe share this video with a friend. I am going to leave it there, so I hope you enjoy wherever the algorithm takes you to next. If you want to hang out more with me, a few of my videos will pop up on the screen and you can click one of them. We can keep hanging out, or I hope you enjoy whatever video you're taken to next. All right, that's all from me for today. Bye.